Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are back with yet another project requirement that just landed on our desks, and we would like to discuss this along with you and try to figure out the problem statement and the requirements that we need to consider while deciding our approach towards the solution. And this project particularly deals with maximizing earnings for NYC Airbnb hosts. So let's see what are the requirements that needs to be considered in order to solve this issue and propose some steps that can be taken to maximize the earnings. And we hope that by means of this discussion, we may, stir up some of your creative juices and cook up some fresh ideas in your minds. So without wasting any further time, let's just start with the discussion. So this is the document that consists of the project requirement and instructions, and we'll be going through this in more detail now. So as we already know, the title of the project is Maximizing Earnings for NYC Airbnb Hosts, and the object of this particular task has been mentioned as utilize supervised learning to predict Airbnb rental prices in New York City and uncover key factors that influence pricing strategies for hosts. So the objective we can see is twofold, that we need to create a predictive model and we need to also perform some exploratory data analysis to find some insights that lead to some strategies for determining the pricing for the hosts, so that we can optimize the process basically. So these are the twofold objectives that we can infer from the objective that has been provided in here. Then we come to the problem statement. So here we see that there is a little bit of more description about the issue, and let's just read it out. It says Airbnb hosts need to competitively price their listings to maximize earnings while ensuring high occupancy rates. So the scenario is very dynamic and like they need to keep updating their pricing basically. And the challenge is to develop a predictive model that determines the optimal listing price based on the property's characteristics and location within New York City. So based on the location and characteristics of their property, the model should be able to predict optimal prices for the location, following from the trend that can be identified from the data. Speaking of which, the next point here is the data itself. So it mentions to use the New York City Airbnb open dataset from Kaggle, which includes details about listings such as location, room type, and price. And even the link to the dataset has been provided. Apart from this, some visualization requirements have also been mentioned. And we see that two kinds of visualizations have been mentioned particularly. The first one is geographic scatter plot of Airbnb listings color coded by price to visualize spatial distribution. So the scatter plot would be color coded in terms of price. So it will be something like of a gradient of colors that we can currently think of, like the lighter color would represent lowly priced properties, while the darker color would be showing the properties which are highly priced, and maybe we can even reverse the order of the color, but we'll be maintaining a gradient of one color to show that kind of detail. That would be more appropriate for this scenario. Then the second requirement is the box plot of prices by room type to show the variation in prices across different types of accommodations. So based on the room types, the properties would differ, and they want to have some box plots to show the variation, if any, between these type of between the pricing of these type of accommodations. And then something regarding the code has also been provided in here, that is the preferred programming language seems to be R, as they have asked to employ R for data cleaning, feature engineering, and model training. And specific libraries have also been mentioned, like ggplot2 for visualization and dplyr for data manipulation. And that's rightly so, because these are the most popular libraries in R to work with data and for visualization. So okay, here it is to be done in R, but the same thing can also be done in Python as well. Then we come to the next section of the requirement, that is incorporating supervised learning. So now this section deals more with the model that is to be trained for the purpose of prediction. So let's just check it out. So perform an exploratory data analysis to understand the factors affecting Airbnb prices. As we could infer from the objective itself, EDA is to be performed. Then pre-process data by handling missing values, encoding categorical variables, and normalizing or scaling features as necessary. So the data pre-processing is also be done to the data that is being available by the means of this link or on Kaggle. So yeah, that's the part of the process. Generally, the flow of the code in any ML project is like this, like acquiring the data, then like performing EDA, doing pre-processing on it, transforming the data to make it more suitable for the machine learning model. In between, after data pre-processing, you can also perform feature selection, and then training the model, evaluation, and then prediction. So as you can see, the next step is just use a supervised learning algorithm. Like after data pre-processing, they just want to use the supervised learning algorithm appropriately. Okay, so there are some set of instructions as well. Perform data cleaning to handle any missing or inconsistent data entries. Then create visualizations to understand the distribution of prices and the relationship between price and other features. That would come under the exploratory data analysis. Then train a supervised learning model to predict the price using features like location, coordinates, room type, and any other relevant variables in the data set as well. So it's just in these instructions, the same thing is being repeated in here so far. Then validate the model's predictive performance using a test data set or cross validation. So from the data set itself, it is going to be split into test and train. So the test set can be then used to validate the results, or maybe we can use cross validation to get an aggregate of results, which will be more reliable as compared to just training a single model one time on the training data set and then validating it using the test set. So after that, evaluation criteria would be like this is a student project, so there is an evaluation criteria as well. So projects will be evaluated on their technical accuracy, the clarity of visualization, the soundness of statistical and machine learning methods used, and the overall presentation and summary of findings. And then the deliverables have also been mentioned. A 5-minute presentation is to be outlined based on the project, and then the data file also needs to be provided, that is the pre-processed and the clean data set in CSV format. So apart from that, a code file as well is required. Can be an R script or R markdown file with well commented code for the entire analysis, from data pre-processing to visualization and modeling. And then the project document, that would be a report, 150 to 200 word summary document describing the project's goals, methods, results, and relevance to Airbnb hosts in NYC. So these are the deliverables, these 4 things: a presentation, a documentation, data file, like the pre-processed and clean data set, and the code file with well commented code. So even though this project is a student project, it can also be utilized in production, like a real world application as well, because the same thing happens in the apps as well. Like the model that is trained is deployed in there, and it can, like, you can make web applications, Android applications to make the predictions. So it's just that you'll be wrapping it under an interface and you'll be making it available to other people to make use of it. So I hope that this problem statement, this particular discussion of this requirement may have given you some ideas, or if you are looking for, you know, some help or guidance, or if you want to get implementation from us. So we hope that you enjoyed this discussion as much as we did. And if you've got any question or need some advice or just want to say hi, we are all ears. Again, drop us a comment below or shoot us a message. You can contact us by email or by call, or you can also visit our website and leave a message there. We would love to hear from you, and we would like to help you out however we can. So until next time, stay curious, and thank you for watching this video. Please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. Thank you.